Hello and welcome to the Faculty of Business and Law's Student and Alumni Awards. And you're in for a fabulous evening. So first of all, to say we've got with us the award winners, of course, their friends and family. We've got senior members of the faculty who will be speaking to you shortly. And we've also got members of the faculty and the student association. So as I say, you're in for a really fabulous evening. My name's Carol Sheriff. I'm an associate dean in the Faculty of Business and Law. And if you don't mind, I'll call it FBL from now on in. And my responsibility is particularly to do with the student experience and teaching delivery. I just want to say a little bit about this event this evening. As you will already be aware, we're holding it as a mixed event. So I and some of the presenters are on the campus in Milton Keynes, and most people are joining us by Teams. And in order to keep the sound and the visuals really, really clear, for the moment, you're muted, your audio's off and your cameras are off. But we would like you to bear with us. And at the end of the event, we're going to ask you to open up your cameras and your mic, and at minimum, give all our award winners a huge cheer. Now, if you need captions so you can read as well as hear what we are saying, I'm going to point, but up above you on the bar across Teams, there's 3 little dots. If you drop that down, you can activate the live captions, and then you can read what people are saying. And finally, although we're muting you for the moment, we're asking you not to be mute on social media. So it'd be fabulous if you could tweet or put on Instagram, whatever you do, photos of yourself, maybe a little bit about what you're doing, where you're celebrating these awards. Are you dressed up? Or are you maybe in your pajamas or joggers? Be really, really nice to have some activity. And please use the hashtag. So it's hashtag, and it's all one word, FBL Awards. That'll be great. I'll see you on Twitter at least, and later Instagram. So I just wanted to say a little bit about students or people who study with the Open University and with FBL in particular, because they are a fabulous bunch of people. You really couldn't ask for better. Most of our students work, not always full-time, and not always yet in their chosen career, but most of them study and have a job. They also often have caring responsibilities for young children or older members of the family. And quite often they're active in their local community or sports group and that kind of thing. So our whole student body is fantastic. And I say that because the people you're going to be introduced to tonight, and you may well be one of them, are like the most amazing of a fantastic bunch. And I can absolutely assure you that by the end of this evening, I doubt there'll be many dry eyes in the house, because we really do have an impressive group of people to share this evening with. So let me tell you just for a moment or two a little bit about these awards. So the faculty has been running the awards since 2003. So this is our 18th year of celebration. And because of the pandemic and restrictions, we didn't hold an event last year. So this year we're celebrating the highest achieving students from 2019 and then 2020. And we're also celebrating the Alumni Awards. Now, the student awards are for those achieving very, very high results, and the Alumni Awards are for people nominated for their contribution to an organisation or society in general. So some fantastic stories we've got for you this evening. So I'm not going to say much more. I will be back to take you through the event, but we've got a number of speakers telling you a little bit more about the faculty and the awards. And in one moment, you'll be joined by Professor Devendra Kodwani, who's the Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business and Law. For those of you who don't know what an executive dean is, it's a very strange academic word. So basically, he's the boss. We're also joined by Professor Siv Vangan, who is the head of the business school. And Siv has pre-recorded a video for us because unfortunately she couldn't be here tonight. We also have Dr. Anne Westerman, who is the head of department in the law school. And we have Martin Wardhoff. Excuse me, Martin, I nearly forgot your surname there. But Martin is the business school, the chair of the Business School Alumni Council. He has also pre-recorded a link for us this evening. So let's get on with the award ceremony, shall we? There'll be a moment or two introduction, and then you'll be joined by Professor Devendra Kodwani. So bye for now.
Hello, good evening. My name is Devendra Kodwani, and I'm Executive Dean of the Faculty of Business and Law. Thanks to Carol for introducing and starting the session. I have been at the Open University for nearly 17 years. I joined the Open University Business School in Department of Accounting and Finance as an academic in accounting and finance. And since then, it has been a fantastic long journey for me. It has been a great privilege to design and deliver many modules in accounting, finance, and management in general. I also had the privilege of redeveloping our MBA program in 2010-2012 when we decided to launch a full new qualification. Until that point, we used to develop modules and people used to accumulate credits for modules and then acquire a qualification. We since then been developing MBA qualification, and actually we refreshed our MBA qualification in 2019. So I hope many of you have had chance to study various modules from our business school and law school, which have led to your successful qualifications, and you're about to be graduating and become our alumni. I have also been OU student and associate lecturer, stroke tutor. So it has given me great pleasure to be doing different type of roles in the school and the faculty. I have been a program director, associate dean, head of business school, and now I have responsibility to serve the faculty as executive dean. As Carol said, because of the pandemic complexities, we could not organize this event last year. We're very pleased to be doing this virtually this year. We pioneered distance and online learning in the world, and we've been very happily sharing a lot of our resources during this pandemic year through our Open Learn platform and other areas. We're fortunate that more and more students are putting confidence in the Open University. Our student numbers have actually grown substantially in past 2 years, and we are delighted to have more students to reach more audiences in society from all walks of life. The Open University's motto remains that it does not matter where you start life. What we would like you to support with is where you want your life to go. So your destiny is what we are concerned with, not where you start. And we would like to work with people coming from all walks of life, wherever they started. So I hope that is what it has done for you. Our landscape is changing in higher education. In past 18 months, a lot of new platforms have come. Many universities are experimenting with online distance learning or blended options. So we are very mindful of our responsibility to continuously innovate to serve our students in the best possible manner while they are either working or doing other things, and continue to innovate in the supported open learning model that we have pioneered. You will hear from my colleague, Professor C. Wengan, a bit more about the business school, and from Dr. Ann Weisman about our law school. As Carol mentioned, we have triple accreditation for our business school, and it's a proud moment for me to say that this year we retain all of those again as re-accreditation. Our academic staff continues to excel. We have various centers for research and excellence. We have a thriving doctoral program, and PhD students are doing fantastic research on a range of very important topics, what we are calling societal challenges, including climate change, future of work, and many important topics in management and law. As a school, we are also signatory to what's called United Nations Principles of Responsible Management Education. We're trying to embed these principles so that the modules and qualifications that you study prepare you for a world where responsible management, education, leadership, responsible practice of law are so crucial for social justice, which is core of Open University's mission as well. We cherish diversity, which is very much open to the mission, very much close to the mission of Open University, to be open to people, places, ideas, and methods. We are committed to gender equality and are actively pursuing in the UK Athena Swan Bronze Awards for both our schools. We had OU's top 2 most popular free learning resources on our Open Learn digital platform in 2021. The personal finance collaboration with money saving experts saw over 200,000 visits, which was closely followed by the introduction to bookkeeping and accounting module. Our academic department in policing and the Center for Policing Research and Learning are doing excellent work in teaching and research in this important public service in the UK. Wider in the university, we declared climate emergency and wanted to do more. We want to do more. Currently, already 90% of our energy comes from renewable sources that we use on various campuses of the university. We are pursuing the agenda around equality, diversity, inclusion, and especially accessibility. And we are celebrating Black History Month in the university this month. We are also decasualizing our associate lecturer workforce. You may or may not know that Open University has got over 4,300 associate lecturers who has supported you all. And we are also 4,000 other staff. So we are close to about 9,000 to 10,000 employee organization. And that makes us a very large organization. So we are trying to make it a place where people come and bring their talent so that we can deliver our mission as well as we can, as widely as we can. As a university, we are also thinking about next 5 years, what will be our strategy for year 22 to 27. And that is being done with all consultations with stakeholders, including our Students Association. Like in 2020, I am pleased to say, and also previous years, we have been shortlisted for several national awards in the UK, including by the Times Higher. Let us hope that we get some of these. Finally, I would just like to add that joining our thriving alumni community means you become an ambassador for this great institution. We'd love you all to spread the word about how you enjoyed your studies and how it has benefited you in life and career. And of course, sign up to some of our short courses to continue your lifelong learning. I again wish all winners our heartiest, warmest congratulations on your much deserved awards. Now I hand over to Professor C. Vengan, who is unable to join us live, but she has recorded a message earlier in the week for you all. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be greeting you and congratulating you on your awards this evening. My name is C. Vangen. I am a professor of collaborative leadership and the head of the business school, having taken over from Professor Dev Kodvani earlier this year and handed over my previous role as Associate Dean for Research, Enterprise and Scholarship to my colleague, Dr. Dimitris Sotriopoulos. Along with celebrating your success, I also wish to highlight how pleased we are with the outcome of the National Student Surveys that was published in July, and in which the OU ranked third for overall student satisfaction. In what has been a very difficult year, it is pleasing to know that the university has continued to make a positive difference for our students. We are also very proud that students with mental health issues find the OU and the business school a supportive place to study. We have put in place a program of support for all students, helping them deal with mental health issues that affect most people studying, with specific help for students who have particular issues. With the right support in place, we hope that more students will stay the course and see their efforts pay off with a degree classification that matches their academic abilities. There are also a number of other developments underway, which include work on our MSc in Human Resource Management, our BSc in Accounting and Finance, and the MSc in Finance. We are currently undertaking a strategic review of our teaching, research, and knowledge exchange portfolios, while maintaining our enduring focus on our social mission and value-based approach. You may be interested to know that this review includes employer-focused provisions such as continuous professional development and other short courses that support lifelong learning. It includes apprenticeship degrees, micro-credential offered on our partner FutureLearn platform, and sector-specific courses and resources on the OpenLearn platform, including, for example, research and knowledge exchange with the police via our Center for Policing Research and Learning, and with the voluntary sector via our Center for Voluntary Sector Leadership. For research more specifically, we have a new Pro-Vice Chancellor for Research, Enterprise and Scholarship, Professor Kevin Shakesheff, who is leading the development of a new research plan for the OU, which is going to make a real commitment to making a change to society through a series of societal challenges. To determine which societal challenges we should focus on, there is a survey that is open to all students, staff, alumni, and partners who work with us, and which is asking all of us to give our views. If you have not yet had the chance to do the survey, it is not too late. You can find it on our web pages. In the Faculty of Business and Law, we have created a new role for a Director of Knowledge Exchange and Impact, we appointed Hugh McFall earlier this year. Hugh will lead the development and implementation of a knowledge exchange and impact strategic plan for the faculty, in line with the university's and the faculty's strategic priorities. This should help ensure that the school's work will have wide-ranging impact across all the UK 4 nations and globally. Our Centre for Innovation and Research in Online Legal and Business Education, Skylab, continues to focus on innovation in learning technologies and pedagogy, which is the method of practice of teaching, ensuring that our current and future students continue to receive the best that we can offer in supported open learning. Looking ahead to the future, as you all know, we are not just online education. We are much more than that. As we move forward, we will continue to work to make sure that our social mission and our values are embedded in everything that we do. We are still in a pandemic, most likely going into a deep recession, beginning to feel the consequences of Brexit. There are huge inequalities in society and increasing demands for fairer and more just outcomes. There are definitely areas that we need to improve on, things we need to do better. We will continue to develop our research and our curriculum in ways that are meaningful to our students and in ways that empower and enable them to make a positive impact in the UK and globally. As the Open University Business School, we already have many of the ingredients that other business schools wish they had, but it is possible that we are not yet claiming the space as leaders of business and management education in the online virtual environment. I believe we need to focus a bit more on reputation enhancement so that prospective students, employers, and organizations who work with us understand better what it is that we offer. This, I believe, will firm up our identity as the Open University Business School, making us the first choice for continuous and lifelong learning for a wider spectrum of students. I know we can continue to rely on your support in promoting the OU and the Business School as the award-winning ambassadors and advocates that you are. I wish you all a very enjoyable evening and congratulations again on your awards. I'm now going to hand you back over to my fellow head of school, Professor Hakeem Yusuf, who is the faculty's new head of the law school.
Thank you so much, Siv. Hakeem cannot be here today, but he would have been delighted to share this moment of celebration with you all. My name is Anne Wesserman. I'm the head of department within the law school, and I feel very, very honored to be here today to celebrate you all. In my 8 years at the Open University, it has always been occasions like today that have really stood out. Your achievements and celebrations such as this fill us with immense pride and remind us why we're doing what we're doing every single day. Those of you receiving your awards as students from the Open University Law School today have chosen a very young and ambitious school to set out on your path of legal education. You have come to a school that in the last couple of years has grown from a handful of scholars in the centre in Milton Keynes to over 40 just this year, and we're not done growing. The Open Justice Centre continues to widen its reach through an increasing number of partnerships across the globe, benefiting students, staff, and the public alike. Our research is influencing lawmakers and guiding courts by addressing pressing issues of our time and creating impactful projects feeding into meaningful change. From a law school that was only able to teach our students in partnership with others, we have grown to independently deliver Europe's first and biggest online undergraduate law program. You have chosen a place that lives and breathes the values of social justice and open legal education, and we could not be prouder to call you our students. We have ambitious plans for the next couple of years. Our new LLB program just launched with our first module, W111, Criminal Law in the Courts. This module sets the scene for a degree that will tackle the challenges of our time, such as true diversity, inclusivity, and sustainability. Our new LLB will enable full-time and part-time study through staggered starts. It will provide a choice of subject areas at level 2, including the return of very popular choices, such as family law and business and employment law, but also very new and exciting offers, such as international, environmental, and space law. This qualification will also, at level 3, offer a dedicated pathway for the future solicitors among you, by developing the skills and knowledge base you will need to succeed in the SQE1 exam. In all this, our social justice mission will be ever present. We are, in this new development, decolonizing our curriculum, tackling attainment gaps, and in building employability to offer you and future generations of students a meaningful legal education. But we won't stop there. We have our eyes set on a new taught postgraduate offering that will be the ideal bridge for you between your successful undergraduate studies and your academic research in our growing doctoral school. We are hoping to see the postgraduate students among you there very soon. The successes of our PhD students in securing competitive awards and completing their studies to move into academic roles shows that we have managed to create a research environment that is supportive for scholars across many areas of law and linked disciplines. We are looking to reach a global audience for our undergraduate and postgraduate programs. We will continue to raise our profile through projects developing out of our research clusters, the Open Justice Centre, but also with the BBC and Civil Service Learning, just to name a few. As our students, as you graduate, achieve competitive scholarships, pupilages, and follow their dreams of their legal careers, we watch you with pride and feeling so very, very honoured ourselves. You are part of our journey as much as we are part of yours. Your success truly reminds us of why we're doing what we're doing every single day. And because of that, I want to end by saying congratulations to you all.
As a mature student, the Open University gave me a fantastic way to both gain my degree and also maintain a full-time job. The learning materials were both clear and comprehensive, and I felt fully supported at all times by the brilliant tutors. Of course, distance learning has its own challenges, and at times it was tough to maintain a work, study, and life balance. But I managed to get through it with the support of all my friends and family, who I'd like to thank. They were there for me every step of the way. Sadly, the most important person I'd like to thank can't be with us today. That's my mum. Unfortunately, she passed away just before I started the last level of the course. However, throughout the whole time, she was the driving force behind all my motivation, and she's the reason for all my accomplishments today. So for that reason, both my graduation and this award, I would like to dedicate to you, Mum.
told you they were impressive, didn't I? And that's just the first group. So a huge congratulations to all our award winners, showing you what their studies meant to them, you know, very deeply affected. So repeat, huge congratulations for those achievements. But we've got more to come. We're now going to move on to the postgraduate student awards for 2019. And as we do, can I remind you, we've already got some activity going on Twitter and Instagram. So do continue to clap via the Teams, and also post comments, thoughts and photos on social media. It's really appreciated. So now our second group of award winners, the postgraduate students for 2019.
So I'm here to say thank you to my family and friends for supporting me through my studies. I couldn't have done that without them. Why did I study with the Open University? I'm a really busy mother of 2 adult children, very busy job with the Royal Navy, wanting to advance my studies and using the Open University to do that. In terms of the application of the work I did a dissertation on mentoring. I wanted to understand how we could help the mentoring approach improve the progression of women in the Royal Navy to senior ranks. So that work is absolutely sitting at the heart of a mentoring scheme that we've subsequently released into the Royal Naval Reserve, and it's making a real difference to underrepresented groups who are wanting to use these disciplines to advance their careers. I'm thrilled that the scheme has my ethical approach to mentoring at its heart. The scheme is bounded by an ethical framework which came from my studies. So, gosh, I'm getting emotional. It's been really worthwhile. I think it's projected me to be a better role model. It's given me the confidence to step up and take that position within my professional environment, inspire my children to love learning, and has gifted me the opportunity to leave a lasting legacy in the Navy in terms of a piece of research that I think will help lots of women improve their careers for many years to come.
what on earth do you say to that? Reminds us of the emotion that we need to study and achieve well, but also lovely to see people acknowledging, you know, support of family and friends, and also, of course, of their tutors. And I noticed that Dev got an honourable mention as well. So, you know, it's like Anne said, isn't it? We affect your lives, but you affect ours. So huge congratulations to our postgraduate award winners for 2019. I know some of you are with us and some of you are celebrating on social media too. So it's really, really nice to feel that connection with you. And, you know, just you should feel really proud of yourself as well as people around you. So we're now going to move on to slightly different awards. First of all, the Open Justice Centre Awards. And I wanted to tell you just a little bit about the Open Justice Centre before we move on to those awards. So the Open Justice Centre provides a bridge between the law school and the community, and between OU law students and the legal profession. So if you're taking or are planning to take, if you're listening in to one of our level 3 modules, W360, which is Justice in Action, you're challenged to apply your legal knowledge and skills in a way that furthers the OU's social justice mission. And you do that by providing sources of free legal advice, education and guidance to the public. So the annual award is given to individuals or groups who within that make the most outstanding contributions to the projects that they're involved in. And their contribution, so they are nominated for that award by their tutors or by the project managers. So that will be the Open Justice Award for 2020. Similarly, we have Alumni Awards. So these go to Open University graduates from the Faculty of Business and Law who've made an outstanding contribution within an organisation and society. And again, people are nominated for those awards. So to explain more, I'm going to pass over to, first of all, a video from Martin Hoffman to introduce the Alumni Awards. As you can hear, I'm slightly uncertain about that. So if we get the Open Justice Awards first, please forgive me for getting my order wrong. But let's pass over now.
Firstly, I'd like to thank the fellow students within the group I was placed with. As an Open University student, you don't really have a regular contact with other students and a chance to meet them. So the legal advice clinic was a fantastic opportunity to do just that. Secondly, I'd like to thank some of the fantastic tutors, namely Francine Ryan. She was so warm and approachable to all of the students and provided some fantastic support to myself and the team. I first enrolled with the Open University when I was living in Austria, where I'd lived for several years. Basically, I didn't know at the time exactly what career path I actually wanted to take. So in my early 20s, I decided to go into a ski season and ended up being a chalet host. Now, my intentions was to do just one season, and I stayed out there for 5 years. Now, the reason why I chose the Open University was I was able to actually study outside of England. I was also able to, when I returned, to study full-time whilst working full-time as a litigation executive, so I could actually build on my knowledge and apply my skills that I'd learned during my course. One thing I wish to thank the OU for is aiding me in being diagnosed with dyslexia. When I was in high school, I never was the top of the class, and it went unnoticed, basically. This led to me thinking for years that I was less intelligent to my classmates, and therefore not actually believing in myself, and didn't receive the support that I needed. Inevitably, this had an impact on my grades, and then had a result of me dropping out of college later on. As a result of my diagnosis when I was with the Open University, I realised it was nothing to do with my intelligence at all, or my potential, but simply the fact that I didn't have the resources available. But the Open University did give me that chance, and through assignments and exams, I was ultimately able to finally gain a first-class degree in law.
Hello everyone, I'm Martin Wardoff. This year, it was my privilege to take over as the serving chair of the Business School Alumni Council. I'm delighted to have been asked to introduce the Alumni Awards for 2020 and 2021. The Council meets regularly with faculty senior management and advises on the development and delivery of strategic alumni engagement activity. Our current focus on the Council is supporting the Business School in further enhancing its external reputation and providing input into ways of expanding its international reach. Outside of the Business School, my day job is co-owner and CEO of an international building products group. We employ staff in the UK, in Ireland and Northern Europe. We have our manufacturing and sourcing centres in China. My business career covers more than 25 years in general management, preceded by 15 years in finance, where I originally qualified as an accountant. I've been lucky enough to have worked in several industries, including clothing manufacture, medical device manufacturing, printing, engineering, and road traffic data collection, working in businesses across the UK, Europe, the US, Asia, and Australasia, which gives me multi-sector experience with global reach. So all things considered, I think I've put in a decent shift in the world of work. I've travelled a long way along a career path that started as a 16-year-old in the back office of a small Tyneside accounting firm in the long hot summer of 1976. I was one of the earliest alumni of the school, graduating with an MBA in 1992. It was this achievement that gave me the knowledge and, more importantly, the self-confidence to move out of a functional role into the less certain terrain that is general management. I owe so much of my career success to those 3 hard years of study, the combination of academic material of the very highest quality delivered at scale, lecturers and tutors with passion and expertise, and fellow students from across such a broad range of backgrounds transformed the way I looked at the business world. It gave me the tools and belief that I could make a difference. I still use my MBA toolkit in my day-to-day role, and whilst I've added more models and frameworks, and are being shaped by positive and negative experiences, the holistic view that an MBA helps us create for our organisations and the environments in which it operates remains as valuable now as it was 30 years ago. I currently mentor our Chinese manufacturing general manager as he starts the same journey that I did all those years ago, and I hope to pass on some of my experiences and guidance to him. I take an active role in planning and delivering internal programs that our group runs to develop the talents of up-and-coming managers and first-line supervisors. And I serve as a mentor on the Business School Alumni Mentoring Program. This award ceremony, as with so many aspects of our working and personal lives over the last 18 months, is a somewhat different experience than we've been used to prior to COVID-19. I've had the great pleasure of attending both the 2018 and 2019 Alumni Award ceremonies at Walton Hall. It was inspiring to meet just a few of the wide spectrum of the school students and graduates, and I felt honoured to hear their stories of study, overcoming challenges, and their achievements resulting from their hard work. We're all sorry that we can't meet up in person and look forward to next year when hopefully we can get together again. However, we do have the benefit of getting to learn about award winners from both 2020 and 2021 during this evening's proceedings. We have, as a business school, a huge pool of talent in our alumni with over 100,000 graduates. They remain an integral part of our continued success as a school, faculty, and university. Just recently, the successful retention of the business school's triple accreditation was supported by several alumni ambassadors. Only 1% of all business schools have achieved this affirmation of education provided at the highest level. Alumni have shared their expertise and practitioner insights with faculty staff to help create new module materials designed for future students. Our alumni continue to be great advocates for the business school, the faculty, and the university. A survey conducted this year found that alumni from the Faculty of Business and Law are very positive about their experiences, with an 86% overall very satisfied rating, and they are 55% more likely to recommend the OU to others. I continue to be evangelical in my support for both the OU and the business school. It's a truly unique institution that changes so many lives in such profound ways. Our competitive advantage comes from the very strong values-driven approach to education that permeates through all aspects of the business school, faculty, and wider university. Just this week, I was delighted to hear from a talented manager in our Carlisle business. He had just received his first module study materials for his MBA journey. Christmas has come early, he told me. Because of the range of students and the breadth of activities from which they draw, our alumni are a rich and varied source of information and experiences. I would urge you to keep in touch and stay connected to your alumni network and our Open University family, and continue to support each other and share and celebrate successes as we do today. It is now my honour and pleasure to introduce the first set of winners this evening in the alumni category for 2020. Highly commended Astrid Bessler. Astrid has focused on ecological and environmental issues following her MBA. She has worked on projects in Uganda helping attract private funding investment into agribusiness, supported Sudoku, a skills and employment program in Bangladesh, and she was responsible for designing and implementing national policy dialogue in East Africa to effectively influence climate resilience policies in 2018 and 2019. Astrid's MBA has boosted her confidence to position herself as a strategist with the vision to drive forward sustainability and climate resilience. Also highly commended is Mike Redford. Mike started his MBA in 1993, having completed an undergraduate degree with the OU some years earlier. Today, he is CEO and majority owner of AdSeat by Ad Movement in Sweden, which manufactures personal mobility vehicles. This has earned international recognition with the European Startup Prize for Mobility and also being an international award winner at the Shenzhen High Tech Fair for excellence. Mike continues to develop the product by taking user feedback to research the additional physical and psychological benefits of AdSeat with the University of East Anglia. He wants to change how people perceive a mobility device, and the users and their families are ongoing ambassadors for AdSeat. The Alumni of the Year for 2020 is Maggie Miller. Maggie is a global business technology leader and Chief Information Officer with over 30 years of experience in major global organizations, including Warner Music Group, Dell, Sainsbury's, Unilever, Lloyds of London, and NatWest Bank. She has applied the knowledge and experience gained at large capital companies to consulting assignments with public and private sector firms in the US and the UK, and to the digital transformation of a major non-profit organization. Maggie has been an exceptional ambassador for the OU and the business school for over a decade through her commitment to the International Advisory Board, most recently as its chair. Based in both the US and the UK, Maggie has supported executive deans and senior teams on the wider OU by sharing her professional experience and her OU knowledge as an MBA alumna. She is proactive in seeking to further the mission of the OU through an inspired, engaged, and active board that aims to advise through collective experience, expertise, and diversity. Maggie has further increased her support and commitment to the OU by becoming a practice tutor on the Senior Leadership Apprenticeship Programme. Many congratulations to Maggie on this thoroughly well-deserved award.
When I left school, just 7% of 18-year-olds went on to university. Before student loans, for most of us, it just wasn't an option. Early in my career, though, I realised I just didn't have the academic credentials to allow me to progress. So I embarked on the long journey from certificate and diploma in management and onto an MBA over a period of quite a few years. I studied at the weekend and on the tube into the city. And some of the topics I really enjoyed, some I found very challenging. But I gained a real appreciation of disciplines other than my own. I learned the language of business and gained the confidence I needed. One of my strongest memories actually is of the final residential school I attended in Leiden in Holland, where I found myself studying among a group from 13 different countries and 9 different first languages. And I remember thinking that if I was ever in a tight spot, these were just the sort of capable, creative, determined people you could really rely on to get out of the situation, or at least have a lot of fun when you were trying. The OU's played a huge part in my life and has been crucial in opening the door to and providing a foundation for a rich and varied career in the UK and in the US. I've had a front row seat for and occasionally an active role in some of the major social shifts and associated business transformations of the past 40 years. All this during a period of significant change in social attitude and disruption in the political and economic environments. The knowledge and confidence I gained during my OU studies allowed me to navigate these changes. I was first a nervous student, then a founder member of the International Advisory Board, an avid user of FutureLearn, and now a practice tutor on the MBA apprenticeship. The students I'm now privileged to work with are a constant source of inspiration and wonder as they grapple with demanding roles, illness, parenting, and COVID alongside their studies. Throughout my 35-year relationship with the OU, I've seen it innovate and adapt, often leading the higher education sector through tumultuous changes. And I couldn't be prouder of that association. And I'm truly humbled to receive this award. I've got a lot of people to be grateful to. To the tutors who managed to find enough marks in my TMAs to let me pass my MBA, to the 3 different deans of the Faculty of Business and Law I've had the pleasure of working with, to my colleagues on the IAB, and to the students who let me share their learning journeys. But most of all, to those who originally had the vision and courage to establish the OU, and to those who still feed that flame, committed to the principle that the highest quality education should be open to each and every one of us, understanding the transformational opportunities that lifelong learning can offer to each of us, whatever our background and life experience. Having lived and worked all over the world, I can say with confidence that the OU is unique as an organisation that truly embodies the very best of society and humanity to lift up and support one another to be our best selves. And that's really what we can celebrate today.
I'm getting a bit lost for words. I don't know about you. How on earth do we match some of these contributions? From struggling with dyslexia and thinking it was somehow your own fault, and then finding the way through that to a huge achievement from the Open Justice Award, to Maggie's contribution there about how when she started out on what could have been a higher education journey, there were just not opportunities out there. It's very humbling, isn't it? So I do hope our Open Justice Award winners and our Alumni Award winners for 2020 feel richly that they deserve these awards, and many, many congratulations to them. But we're only about halfway through. That was the awards for 2019 for the students, and for Open Justice Centre and the alumni, it was 2020. So we're now moving on to the student awards for 2020, and then the Alumni and Open Justice Awards for 2021. So let's, with bated breath, think about our undergraduate student awards for 2020. And I assure you, they will match what we've already heard. You're in for a treat.
I would just like to thank everybody for this Student of the Year 2020 award at the OU. In particular, I'd like to thank my other half, Stacey, for all her support over time, and my grandparents for supporting me along the way, as well as my parents and my family and friends. One big factor in my success at the Open University has been my tutors, and in particular, Joanna and Vicky, who both spent a lot of time working with me and enabled me to achieve the things I did. Beyond that, I'd like to thank the institution itself, which has helped me no end in achieving goals that I never would have dreamed of. Thank you.
So for 2020, we're beginning there with our undergraduate awards. Massive congratulations to them. And I think what I noticed then, I don't know whether you did, that our tutors or associate lecturers are getting well praised for their contribution. And I know some of the people here tonight are associate lecturers themselves, and in their absence, I think we should maybe also congratulate all the other associate lecturers in the Faculty of Business and Law who make such a difference for our students. So we really are getting more and more impressive, aren't we? So let's move our attention now onto the postgraduate student awards for 2020. And again, I assure you, these are a very, very impressive bunch indeed. So let's listen and read what they have to say. So many congratulations to our postgraduate award winners in 2020. And I love the comment, I hope you spotted it at the end. Thank you to the person sitting next to me at my husband's graduation, who encouraged me to go on and study with the Open University. And I can attest to this same thing. I'm sure others of you here can too, that I was actually at my mother's graduation with the Open University when another member of my family nudged me and said, you could do this. So we get to the Open University in wonderful ways. But again, just big congratulations to our postgraduate winners. And now we're moving back, but for 2021, to the Open Justice Centre Awards and the Alumni Awards. And I'll tell you a little secret. Dev, Anne and I are in a back room, just keeping out of the camera while the videos and scripts are going on. And Anne said about the Open Justice Centre winners, it's so well deserved. They work so hard. So that's a lovely introduction, isn't it? Because again, remembering, as I began by saying, that OU students en masse are phenomenal. They're amazing. They put so much into their studies. And the people that we're awarding tonight and celebrating put even more. They're the amazing of the amazing. So let's look into the Open Justice Centre Awards for 2021 and the Alumni Awards for 2021.
Thank you for this award. It means so much to me, and it was a total surprise to be nominated. So I'd like to thank my tutor, Lizzie Fesco, on my third year at the Open Justice Law Clinic for nominating me. First of all, I'd like to thank my family and friends who without, I don't know if I would have got through these past 3 years, particularly the last one with the COVID pandemic. They kept believing and encouraging me even when I didn't believe and encourage myself. So a massive thank you to them. Secondly, I'd like to thank the team of girls that were with me on the law clinic project. Maria, Violet, Emma, and Mary Ann. We shared an amazing experience through the highs and the lows of the year, through homeschooling our children, to pushing ourselves to the end of our studies through a really difficult time. So a massive shout out to them, and thank you for encouraging me and supporting me all the way through. The reason I chose to study at Open University is I have been a martial artist for a long time, and before that I was a dancer and a singer. And I always, although I've really loved having a creative career, I wanted to follow a passion that I've had ever since I was a child of becoming a lawyer. So running a business and having 3 children, it was not possible to go to a brick university, so the Open University was the best option. So I embarked in 2018 on the law degree, and I graduated this summer with a first class honours, which I was super proud of, and for a minute didn't even think in the beginning that that would be my goal, despite never, I never kind of like want to study something half-heartedly, so I just put everything, I didn't leave anything in the tank, and I was really pleased with the result. I'd recommend the OU to anybody that either wants to retrain for a different career or that just wants to study around their life. You can achieve it, and you can achieve the goals that you set out for yourself. Nothing really is impossible. My study experience was amazing. The tutors were brilliant at the OU. You could always reach out, you pretty much all of the time. I always got the help that I needed. So I have no complaints whatsoever, would 100% recommend it to anyone. Since I graduated in the summer, things have been brilliant, really. I wrote a blog which was published on the Open Justice Law Clinic website, and as a result of that, I was offered some work as a legal blogger, which I've been doing. This has a twofold approach. Firstly, it keeps me up to date with current topics, such as the no-fault divorce law that's coming out. And secondly, it gives me the opportunity to write, which is a passion of mine. So that's been a really sort of like unexpected add-on to the things that I did when I was a student. I'm now a scholarship student with the University of Law in Guildford, studying my LPC and my master's, so it's back to online study, 45 hours a week, but hey, I can actually see the finish line. It's made a massive impact on my career prospects. First of all, to get a first class honours, second, to get a scholarship, thirdly, to get this award, and fourthly, to be able to actually do some legal blog work. So it has been amazing. And I think it's going to lead to a really positive change in my life. So I am really looking forward to the future. So thank you once again.
And so to the final award of this evening, the Alumni of the Year 2021. First, highly commended, is Ahmed El Hamaki. Ahmed was nominated for his work in promoting and supporting the careers of women electrical engineers in a traditionally and culturally male environment in the United Arab Emirates. His postgraduate certificate in 2014 gave him the management skills to support his technical training with a rapid career progression from area sales manager in 2016 through to regional manager in 2020 for the Middle East, Africa, and Turkey. Not only has Ahmed used his skills to advance his own career, he has started an initiative to help an underrepresented but potentially hugely beneficial group get the support and encouragement they need to prosper. The Omicron Energizing Women, OEW initiative is helping make a difference to the lives and careers of many women in the region. Also highly commended is Sarah Vermeulen Anastasi. A dual British and Swiss national, Sarah currently lives outside Zurich. She's married to a fellow OU MBA graduate, and 2 of her 3 children are currently studying with the Open University to keep it in the family. She finished her MBA in 1998 when she had a young family. A change of direction saw her embark on a highly successful career for the next 20 years, leading the marketing and communications function for various fast-paced, complex, and global companies at a regional, divisional, and finally global level. Sarah is a positive ambassador and role model for the Open University, demonstrating the sought-after qualities of a graduate, balancing the demands of family life, career, and study, as well as encouraging a family to follow their aspirations and study with the OU. And finally, our very worthy Alumni of the Year for 2021 is David Monk. It's only fitting that someone from the NHS wins this year's award. David is a senior NHS manager, the operations manager for urgent and unscheduled care for Cambridge University Hospitals NHS Foundation Trust, and St John Ambulance senior clinical leader. He graduated with his MBA in 2012, having started his OU studies 8 years earlier with an open degree. His busy role includes joint responsibility for the emergency department at Addenbrooke's Hospital and East of England Major Trauma Centre. David leads the Cambridge Urgent Treatment Centre, 3 Cambridgeshire minor injury units, network coordination service that supports the East of England Major Trauma Network, provision of tactical medical advisors to the East of England Ambulance Service NHS Foundation Trust, and he works with wider health partners to transform how urgent and emergency care is delivered across Cambridgeshire and Peterborough. If this wasn't enough, he also holds voluntary National Associate Medical Director position with St John Ambulance. A paramedic by profession, he was the first non-doctor to hold this post. David himself said, "I left school at 18 having battled to complete my A-levels and with no real direction for a career. My hobby with the British Red Cross and then St John Ambulance led me to become a paramedic, with the OU allowing me to continue my newfound thirst for knowledge and development. The MBA combines study with practical application in the workplace, making a difference to staff and patients, which motivates me daily. The MBA has supported me to diversify my career from the traditional paramedic field and achieve more than I ever thought possible." David is a truly worthy winner of this year's award. Many, many congratulations.
I would like to thank my family, first of all, and my friends, my colleagues, and in the work environment, also colleagues in Open University, where I stay with them for a couple of years, learning from distance. And of course, I'd like to thank my current employer, because also they supported me a lot in my learning journey. Thanks a lot, everybody.
Thank you very much for the Alumni Highly Commended Awards. I normally coach and write speeches for others rather than giving them. Yesterday, I moderated a panel for additive manufacturing initiatives in front of around 800 people. Another first for me, and also just a bit unnerving like tonight. I couldn't have done any of this without my MBA. It's given me the confidence to step outside my comfort zone and a comprehensive understanding of the business environment, which means I can do the job I do today. Since finishing my MBA, I've embarked on a rewarding career that spans over 20 years across a lot of different fast-paced, complex industries. But I couldn't have done this without the support of a lot of people along the way. First, I'd like to thank all my OU tutors who helped me with the course. I'd also like to thank my boss, Ron Fisher, CEO of Oerlikon, and Michael Zeus, chairman of Oerlikon, for placing their trust in me to head up the communications function. And lastly, I'd like to thank my family, my 3 children, Liz, Nick, and Greg, who put up with me studying and caught the bug because 2 of them are actually studying at the OU at the moment. And my husband, who's also an OU MBA graduate, for pushing me to take the plunge and to study my MBA and actually supported me along the whole way. So thank you again.
The end of the awards, but let's take a moment to make sure we congratulate those Open Justice Centre winners and the Alumni Award winners for, and let me get the year right, 2021. So huge congratulations to them. Again, so impressive. And I don't know what you noticed, but I was thinking about, leaving nothing in the tank. That's so true, isn't it? And every single one of them was talking not about, their own contribution and how hard they worked, but how much they were helped by others and what it meant to them. So for me, that's my biggest takeaway of this evening. But before we round up, we're going to do 2 things. So first of all, let's take a moment to reflect on all the award winners. So the undergraduate and postgraduate student awards for 2019, and the Open Justice Centre and Alumni Award for 2020. And then the second part was undergraduate and postgraduate student awards for 2020, I will get it right, and the, no I won't, see, the Open Justice Centre and Alumni Awards for 2021. Now, what we'd like to do now is ask you, we're going to enable you to open up your mic and your camera, and particularly if you've got one of those lovely awards with you at the moment, it would be fabulous to see them. But let's enable a physical clapping, yes, and lovely awards. Well done, really, really well done. And as somebody has very rightly put in the chat, a huge thank you to families and friends who do enable this to happen. I'm going to shut up so you can hear the clapping. Ovation. I should have encouraged you to get up, shouldn't I? And then we'd have all seen your stomachs. That's the problem. So this is the end of a fabulous evening. Thank you so much for being here. And I think everybody here, every single one of us, has a cause to celebrate, don't we? Whether we've got an award ourselves, whether your families, friends, tutors, I can see some faculty staff, student union, every one of us has contributed to a fabulous evening and fabulous achievements. So thank you so much. You can continue to post on social media, of course, but good evening. And thank you from the three of us.
Good evening.
Congratulations.
Congratulations once again.
Yay.
Congratulations.